Benji, why don't you go to bed when you're supposed to, like Barney? Okay, I'll read you a bedtime story. Since it's Black History Month, I'll read you a story about Benjamin Banneker. Carnegie Health Agency.
Celebrating the Black scientists and innovators is a lightning commentary on the ingenuity of some of the extraordinary innovators whose genius shone through the rows of blocks of diversity and racial barriers to provide mankind something called it convenience, quality of life, luxury, and even order. They industrialized the burden of labor and created new ways to ease the plight, servitude, and affliction. The modernization of machinery that was casually accepted as given was once a non-existent commodity, were it not for the contribution of these gifted men. Benjamin Banneker was a self-taught mathematician, outstanding astronomer, author of almanac, surveyor, humanitarian, and inventor. He was born near Baltimore, Maryland in 1731. He was the only child of a free mulatto mother and African father who purchased his own freedom from slavery.
Benjamin Banneker has so many accomplishments. Here are a list of a few. Joseph Levi, a traveling salesman, showed Banneker a pocket watch, something he had never seen before. He became so fascinated over the watch that Levi gave it to him. He took the watch home and spent days taking it apart, putting it back together. In 1753, using the watch as a model, Banneker produced the first wooden clock ever built in the U.S., made of wood and by hand, including the gears. It kept perfect time for more than 40 years. Also, the same thing happened when George Eliot, a neighbor, introduced Banneker to the science of astronomy, which he rapidly mastered because his aptitude in math and astrology enabled him. He also predicted the solar eclipse that took place in April 14, 1789. In 1792, Banneker began publishing an almanac, which was the first scientific book written by a Black American, and it was published annually for more than a decade. Banneker's major reputation stemmed from his service as a surveyor on a six-man team, which helped design the blueprints for Washington, D.C. President Washington had appointed Banneker, making him the first Black presidential appointee in the United States. Banneker helped in selecting the sites for the U.S. Capitol building, the U.S. Treasury building, the White House, and other federal buildings. When the chairman of the civil engineering team abruptly resigned and returned to France with the plans, Banneker, who had a photographic memory, reproduced them in their entirety. Washington, D.C., with its grand avenues and buildings, was completed and stands today as a monument to Banneker's genius. Banneker's preoccupation with scientific matters in no way diminished his concern for the plight of Blacks. In a 12-page letter to Thomas and Jefferson, he refuted the statement that Black was inferior to whites. Jefferson changed his position as a testimonial, sent a copy of Banneker's almanac to the French Academy of Science in Paris. Another was used in the British House of Commons to support an argument for the education of Blacks. Banneker was a living proof that the strength of the mind is no way connected with the color of the skin.
Benji, why you not asleep?